So I'm showing how to remove the key, and also I try to remove the hinges separately. One of the first thing to do is start first with a key that you don't really use on your keyboard, so you don't have a problem with it. This is a Chromebook, but should be same for pretty much everything else. So I'm going to use just a knife, and I'm going to slide it underneath, and this is the very important part. You have the key, which is the top cover, and you have the hinge. Look in between to insert the blade in between the cover and the hinge. Do not insert the blade underneath the hinge because you are going to have a problem. So maybe you want to keep it like this. Slide. I'm working with the camera just in front of me, so it's a little bit difficult. And try to lift it, just force tiny bit like that in the corners. Do not over force. One may be a little bit more tricky to release, and that's how the key pops up. And again, I did insert the blade in between the two, very important. Now if you look at the key, it's like a cover, two clips at the bottom, and it's like a bump at the top, two bumps. You have two small hinges at the bottom where it's clipping, and those bumps will go right here, and on the other side they will just hook it from the sides. Now if you need to remove the hinge, it's way more difficult and you can damage it, both the hinge, and also you have 4 metal hooks. If you press the hinge or pull it too much, you will bend the hooks and it's no longer possible to fix it. But let's just try. So if you look at the hinge, it looks like this. So it has 2 hooks more distant at the bottom and 2 hooks more close at the top. I will start with the hooks at the bottom. I did it set to the tip of the knife right by the hinge, and with the top of the hinge I'm going to push downwards with a little bit of force while flipping this hinge up like that. So the lower hinge now it's detached. Let's go for the other side. So I'm pushing downwards with my finger on the hinge and lift the corner. Be sure to be right by the metal hook. Let's see how it looks. So we have 2 metal hooks at the bottom more distant, and that's where you start, and 2 closer ones. If you look at the hinge, you need to remember which part goes upwards. So obviously the bottom attachment are more distant, the top are closer, but also you notice the bottom have a dent on the top surface. So that's how the dent is here. It goes like this. It's not the other side. So remember which side you put it back in place. There has the dent at the top right there. To put it back in place, we are going to hook it first at the top hooks, metal ones. Make sure push downwards so it's fully engaged into the 2 closer ones. And then with your tiny screwdriver, we are going to press down on the lower ones to clip the plastic piece. So this one has clipped. It has to make a small noise. So this one I'm going to press downwards as well. You can press a little bit with on the hinge on the downwards. And it has clipped on it as well. Just give it a check. And by the way, if you bend those clips, it's not going to clip in there. It's very difficult to put them back straight in place. So make sure your hinge is properly moving. And when you put the cover back in place, you have these clips like this where they go at the bottom. So make sure you put it back in place. Try to fit it with your finger. You will feel when it stops moving, so it's all aligned all around. You just press, keep it aligned, and press on each corner. You should hear 4 clicks.